CD 2, Track 23.
Good evening. Tonight we've got Mariella Dolcino with us to talk about her favourite films from the last 10 years. As you know, Mariella is the film critic for the Sunday Reporter. Welcome to the show, Mariella.
It's good to be here, Neil.
OK, let's start with the best. Mariella, what do you think is the best film of the last 10 years?
Well, there's no competition for me. I know a lot of people think it was the films in the Lord of the Rings series, and they were good. But for me, the best film in the last 10 years was Slumdog Millionaire. It was so different, very clever, and it had the best photography, I think.
I think a lot of people agree with you. What's the most exciting film of the last 10 years, do you think?
Oh, well, that's easy. Casino Royale. I think it's the best James Bond film. Daniel Craig was fantastic in the character of James Bond. He's by far the best Bond, in my opinion.
OK. Were there any surprises for you in the last 10 years?
Surprises? Let me see. Well, yes, I think the biggest surprise was An Inconvenient Truth. You know, the Al Gore documentary about the environment. It was really interesting, and I think a lot of people understood the problem better when they watched it.
What about foreign language films? Any good ones there?
Well, lots, of course. But the one that I think was best was The Lives of Others, the German film. It was a lovely film, very sad, but the most interesting foreign language film of the last 10 years. And for me, the most successful winner of the Oscar for the best foreign language film.
I like that one too. You don't like violent films, do you?
No, I don't. But there's one violent film that I want to talk about. No Country for Old Men. That was very violent. Possibly the most violent film of the 10 years, but it was very good. And the actor, Javier Bardem, was really fantastic as the bad guy. It's not usually the kind of part he plays, but you can believe that he's a real villain in this film.
And any good comedies?
Oh, yes. My favourite was Little Miss Sunshine. It really was the funniest film of the last 10 years for me, especially the scene when the little girl is at the Little Miss Sunshine competition. But it's also quite sad in places.
Well, I think that's all we have time for.
Oh, no. Wait a moment. There's one more film I really want to mention, and that's Chicago. I don't usually like musicals at the cinema, but it really was the freshest musical for a long time. It was really good.
OK. Thank you very much, Mariella. And now we turn to the world of theatre.